You are listening to The Hayley Osborne Show with me, Hayley, your host. This is your place to learn how to become the superhero marketer in your business, to become the number one in your local community, both online and your surrounding areas. Every week, I'll be teaching you how you can achieve the best out of your marketing, your business, and be the most fearless superhero version of yourself. Small business owners are the backbone of the economy, and I'm here to demystify local area marketing to help you reach more customers. Between myself from South Australia and my wildly inspiring guests from across the world, I'm so excited to discuss all things marketing your business with you. I believe in you, so let's get started. Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to another episode of The Hayley Osborne Show. I'm Hayley Osborne, and I am so glad you are here. This is episode 53. 53 episodes! Yeehaw! This episode I have titled 6 Ways to Sell Like the Superhero Business Owner You Are. As a reminder, you are a superhero business owner. You know how I know this? Because you've started your business or are thinking of starting your business. And that is the very first step, my friends. Scary, yes. Yes, it's scary. But if it was easy, everyone would do it, which is why they don't. Because running a business is hard. It's risky. It's challenging. But it's also the most friggin' rewarding journey you can go on. Well, I think so anyway. And, amen to that. If you want your business to be a success, though, then you better know how to sell. And not in a sleazy way. And I know you're thinking, oh, Hayley, but in a really genuine, caring, friendly, and relationship building way. The word sell or sales or anything along the lines where you're asking someone for something in exchange for them to pay you is indeed sales. But it's how you go about doing that defines you as a business owner, and that sets the scene for the relationship you're about to enter with your customer. And I want you to be good. I want you to be really good at that. Honestly, genuine is where it's at. Your audience are attracted to emotion and they're attracted to energetics, and it's your job to tell the story, bring the emotion and really show off your energy, because your vibe attracts your tribe. I know you probably heard that a million times, but it's true. And that is what attracts people to buy from you. So let's get started. Number 1. So we've got 6 here. And the first one is understanding your customers and their needs. So having a strong understanding of your audience, your customers, their wants and needs is essential. Taking the time to build trust, loyalty, and relationships with them requires effort. Everything requires effort, but that is if you want to have a successful business. You can't put in effort. If you can't put in effort, then you definitely won't get the output of what you want. You won't get the success that you want. What got you here won't get you there. Things have changed in the business front. Honestly, your audience, the demographics that you're seeking across the board want one thing from you, and that's for you to be real. There's a time and a place, I do believe, for like corporate content, robotic kind of corporate content, and there's nothing wrong with this, but there's also your ability to blend in your personality with this, if that is the way your brand is, and with your personality and your brand's personality, there is a way that you can blend this into this type of content, as well as if you are, more like easygoing and that kind of thing. There is a way. So it is your responsibility to learn what drives your audience decisions and basically communicate with them on that personal level. And this allows you and proves to them that you really value their time. Gaining insights into your audience's trends and what their behavior is like also reveals really valuable information about what satisfies them from both, I guess, short and long-term perspectives. So really understanding their needs is the number one thing to help you be the best salesman in your business. Number 2, teach yourself through and through how your services benefit your audience. Write it down over and over and over. You want to write it down as if you are speaking to rooms of different people. You want to write it down as if you are speaking to a room of just parents. You want to write it down as if you're at a corporate event talking about it. You want to write it down so many different times and different ways, because the more you do, the more you realize that there's different ways that you can tell the same story, right? Depending on who you're talking to. So learning the benefits of your products and services through and through can be so advantageous for your business. I cannot stress this enough. This is your edge. This is your leading edge. If you need to take yourself away from your office to sit down in like a creative space that's out of, where you normally do work from, then this is what you need to do to get to this point. I do know that when you are doing a job that requires you to be creative, that requires a lot more time than if you are doing a more management style job, like admin, like emails, like those kind of things. But when you are forced to sit down and think about certain things that require your level of like creativity and all that good juice, it's really healthy to go outside of where your current space is. And, when you're trying to teach yourself how your service benefits your audience, this is one of those things that you've got to like really get in the zone. And I know that's what helps me. So that might help you as well, trying to extract like what this looks like. But you need to put in the time to get really good at what this looks like for you. Otherwise, it's very hard to do that. So many times I've had business owners come to me thinking that they just need to run Facebook ads, for example, to sell more of their products. But let me tell you in huge, big letters that this is usually not the answer. It always ends up being something, deeper that needs to be addressed. So the Facebook ad is a quick fix, guys, maybe not the long-term fix. The long-term fix is to sit down and write down every which way your service or products benefits your audience. And by understanding exactly what that looks like and how you help and what value you can provide your audience and future customers, you'll gain that competitive advantage. So when you write it down, then that just flows onto your website, it flows onto your socials, it flows onto everywhere. And you need to get that right and have that cascading down funnel of the rollout of when you are, what comes out of you teaching yourself the services that benefit how your services benefit your audience, because then you can look at Facebook ads, then you can look at this. But if you haven't taught yourself that well from the get-go, the rest of that is going to be hard. And I'm sure you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, yes, like I have created a Facebook ad and it tanked. Well, the reason it tanked is because there's probably a bigger can of worms underneath that needs to be addressed. And that's generally what I've found with my one-on-one clients. And when you nail everything else that is in your foundations of, marketing, the rest is really easy, but you've got to get to that place first. So, pretty much like teach yourself how your services benefit your audience, and then it will be so much easier. The third point, which is very simple as well, but very hard, is to try and work on developing really strong communicational skills. Because when you can communicate clearly, when you can communicate confidently, that just shines through and through and through and through. And effectively, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's as simple as making an effort to build relationships and focus on what other people are saying. It involves active listening, asking questions, and most importantly, having some self-awareness. This awareness, honestly, benefits your ability to recognize, I think, over and above the emotional needs of each person you communicate with, and then you can actually adjust your tone accordingly to fit their style, because it's all about reading the room, right, when you're communicating. So There's also really some practical steps that can help you to be able to develop strong communicational skills, like, increasing your knowledge in certain areas, upskilling, reading influential books, which I love to do. I love reading books, and I've set myself, you probably know this if you've been following my social media, but I would really love to read 8 books this year. And if I read 12, it's a bonus. 12 is always the goal, so 1 a month. But, if you're in my life and I have 2 small children, and I did set myself a big goal last year of 12, and I just fell short. It's, because of that reason. So I was like, you know what? If I read 8 books this year, I am doing so well. So reading influential books, I digress a lot because I like to chat through this as well. But reading influential books is definitely one way that you will increase your ability to be able to communicate. And then, taking a course or two, a course like Superhero Marketing, which is my signature membership. If you're feeling the pull to do something different in order to help your business reach that next level, then this might be the membership for you. And it is full of marketing goodness I teach you how to demystify local area marketing so you can become a superhero marketer in your business. And, don't forget for a second that small businesses are the backbone of our Australian economy. And if you're listening to this, then I know that that's you. And, that I want to arm you with all of the tools that you need to help you become that superhero marketer in your business. That is what I want. And if it seems like it's outside of your comfort zone, don't be discouraged. Start learning, start leaning in. What got you here won't get you there. And then I think clear and intentional communication is the key. So strive to make sure that your point is delivered in the best way possible. But you've got to keep moving through like that difficult stage to get to the other side. Number 4, this is very simple, but it is so effective, is to have a positive attitude. Time and time again, and I've even seen this in my business, when I am positive and everything is like exuding goodness and positivity, it comes back tenfold. When you can keep a positive attitude, you open yourself up to so many awesome opportunities and possibilities. And when you're positive as well, I know like for mental health, it can reduce so much stress and it can help you to handle all of life's challenges with so much more confidence. Honestly, it makes it easier to maintain relationships as well as create new ones. It's honestly amazing how much your mental perception can influence the way that you experience life. So set aside, I recommend, time each day to focus on being in the right frame of mind, enjoy the difference that makes as opposed to, feeling negative. And if you're finding yourself getting in that headspace, go for a walk. That's what I do. And, it not only makes a difference in your business, but also the rest of your relationships as well. So have a positive attitude. A positive attitude helps you to be the best superhero salesman in your business. Number 5, confidence is key. So when you are pitching your service or product to a potential customer, it can be really daunting, but it's essential because otherwise, you're just here for a haircut, not to run a business. So it's essential to show that you're confident in yourself and the services you're providing, because then people have confidence in you. Remember that presenting your service, it doesn't actually mean a hard sell. Soft selling is the way forward when you're, convincing is not the right word, but when you are showcasing the value that you provide. And practice makes perfect as well. So when you have one person that wants what you have to offer, you refine until you nail it. And it honestly gets easier, but you have to keep refining because that is the only way that you will move forward. Again, confidence is the key. And the last point I wanted to make is number 6 is listen to your current customers carefully. So one of the most important strategies you can use to make sure you have long-term success is listening to your audience, especially those that are your customers already. So listening to them, it not only allows you to better understand what they need and what they expect, but it helps you, I guess, to create a sense of trust and also develop an honest connection with them. In my experience, through a combination of surveys, interviews, feedback requests, testimonials, customer experience studies, all of those things. I know it's a lot, but you have to do the work. Your business can get so much knowledge and a greater wealth of like those valuable insights that can help you with all of the practical decisions that you need to make in your business. And after all, your customers are the lifeblood of your business. So take the time out to listen and understand what they have to say. That is so, so important. So to sum up today's episode, which is 6 ways to sell like the superhero business owner you are. It's a little bit unconventional, but it is the way we are moving forward in this world. 1, understand your customer and their needs. So important. Number 2, teach yourself how your services benefit your audience. The work starts on the inside, trust me. Number 3, develop really strong communicational skills for yourself. That is upskilling, that is reading, that is doing everything you can to help put your best foot forward. And honestly, I can even say, I know I digress a lot, but I can even say that when I started this podcast, I definitely wasn't as confident as what I am now. I definitely needed all the scripts possible. I needed everything written out. And now things have changed so much. And I think by, showing up more and having a weekly episode, it has made me become confident. I didn't wait until I was confident to show up, and I wasn't. I was shit scared. I had some epic people that I interviewed at the beginning of launching this podcast. Oh my goodness, it was scary, but now I can move through it so much easier, and I never would have thought that I would have got to this point. The 4th point that I made today was have a positive attitude. It does wonders for your self-esteem, and when you exude positivity, it comes back to you. Number 5, confidence is key. Absolute key. And number 6, listen to your customers carefully. Listen to your current customers very carefully. And that is all for this week, my friend. And I will catch you next week for another episode of The Hayley Osborne Show. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this episode. If you have, hit subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes released every Tuesday. And while you're there, leave me a review. I would absolutely love to read it. Also, don't forget to tag me at Hayley K Osborne, HayleyK Osborne over on Instagram, and share this podcast with your audience so they can get learning too. If you want more, head over to hayleyosborne.com.au/podcast for today's show notes and links. I've also got an awesome free ebook, a new one, waiting for you on my website, The 10 Essentials Every Local Area Marketing Plan Needs. And I will catch you next week for another episode of The Hayley Osborne Show.